to their elders past, present and emerging, and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people who are joining us here today. So thank you so much for coming. This is our first live pitch night in over a year, so I'm so excited to have you. And it's a really different experience. I've been doing all the virtual ones all last year, so this is just fantastic to actually have real live people, so thank you for coming out tonight. Just to confirm, so the primary mission of Silicon Beach is to empower startup founders. So this is what tonight's all about. There will be a couple of pitches here that would have been the first time they've ever pitched. So please cheer, support, ask questions, gather feedback, reach out to them after we finish the formal proceedings for tonight, because it's really all about us supporting and surrounding them and being all that kind of lovely support that the startup community really, really needs. So a little bit of housekeeping. Please be respectful when pitchers are pitching, so if we can all be quiet and listen. They only get 90 seconds, so we want to really make sure that they get all of that out. As I mentioned, toilets are down the back if anyone needs to use the bathroom. And most importantly, let's have a really good time. Who's up for that? Yeah. All right. So we've got a couple of prizes that we're going to give out tonight. So we have got another judge walking in now. She's making a grand entrance. And I might actually get Shelin as she's walking up. Shelin's one of our judges, to actually just outline a little bit about the prize that you've got today. Shelin, can you just outline?
Come in.
All right, I've just been running through traffic. So CFO Worx is offering a lean canvas workshop. Sorry, I'm going to read this because I'm out of breath.
Yeah.
But it's a 1 hour session, lean canvas model workshop, where we go through your startup model and go through the validation and pricing and all the different components of this.
Thanks, Shelin. That was very kind of me because you just walked in. We've got another prize from Think Innovation, which is with David. So I'm going to actually hand over to David to talk about his prize.
Thank you, Karen. Hello. Yes, my prize from Think Innovation is a spot in the Thinkubator, which is a new pre-accelerator program for startup and small business founders, where we combine Ikigai, the purpose of being, with design thinking to help you create a business that you really love and that you're excited about to run in 5 years down the road. So yeah, that's my prize.
And we've got one last prize from David Heasley, who's our other judge and who I'll introduce formally. David, did you want to talk about your prize?
My prize is a couple of hours reviewing technical or legal documentation.
Oh, that's all right. Thanks, that way.
Yeah. My prize is reviewing legal documentation, contracts or whatever, so I'll spend a couple of hours. I'm going to move. Start again. Reviewing contracts, technical documentation and so forth. I run a legal firm, so that's my prize, a couple of hours of my time with somebody here tonight.
Love it.
Without feedback.
Thank you. And thank you to all the prize givers today, because without their support we can't have these nights. So that leads me on to the sponsors. So I really want to thank you for their support. So you can see the sponsors up there. We've got app demo videos, Think Innovation, CFO Worx, Heasley Lawyers and Legally Yours. Everyone donates their time. We are an organisation run by volunteers. We don't get paid to do this, but we do it because we absolutely love being able to empower and support our startups. So thank you to all those companies that enable us to do it. And if anyone out there is interested in being a sponsor or volunteering their time, we would love to hear from you. So please, you can grab a hold of myself or David Hauser, who's the lead of Silicon Beach, because we would love to have you involved with everything, so thank you. All right, now on to the real show, which is the stars of our tonight, which are our pitches. So how it works. Each pitcher will have 90 seconds to pitch. When it gets to the 60-second mark, Brian, who is our fantastic timekeeper over there, he will actually ring a bell once. That you know is your 60-second. Try not to get put off. I know it's really hard. Once you reach the 90-second mark, you'll hear the sound of two dings, and that's when you need to wind it up. After that, we'll invite one of the judges to provide some feedback or a comment, and then you can go off and have a drink before we get to the prize deliberations. So, who are our judges tonight? We've briefly met them, but let me formally introduce them. So David is an Australian commercial and intellectual property lawyer specialising in working with small to medium businesses where possible at an agreed fee. With many years working in-house on complex multi-million-dollar contracts and subcontracts for large defence companies and consulting firms, David founded Heasley Lawyers as a boutique law firm, and he assists clients with issues such as contract reviews, damages, risk insurance, or opportunities to safeguard and commercialise your IP, which, let's face it, in the startup world is pretty big and important. So thank you so much, David, for joining us tonight. Our second judge is, yes, let's all. I'm used to doing these on Zoom where no one applauds because you can't. Our next judge is Shelin David, who is the founder of CFO Worx, a one-stop shop providing modern accounting and financial advisory solutions for startups and SME businesses. CFO Worx offers holistic accounting and financial solutions with a focus on effective reporting, strategy, growth and operations. And in her work with startups to validate, launch and scale, Shelin is not just siloed in the accounting or finance track, but on both sides of the desk. So let's welcome Shelin here tonight. Thanks very much. And last but not least, we have David Hauser, who is the lead of Silicon Beach and also the founder of Think Innovation. With a degree in engineering and mechanical design, David did spend over 10 years in the machine tool industry where he served in roles as lead engineer and project manager in the design of complex manufacturing machines for the automotive, aerospace and medical industries. So clever. So thinking outside of the box to solve wicked problems was always a passion of David's. The experience that he gained in the creation and implementation of innovative ideas motivated him to start Think Innovation and most recently the Thinkubator Startup and Business Pre-Accelerator, which is one of the prizes we've got tonight. So after the registered pitches have concluded, I'll open the floor to impromptu if we have time. So if there is anyone out there, and it will depend on time, and you're thinking you're desperate to pitch, I may throw it out, so get ready if that's something that you would like to do. But really, onto the stars for tonight. So I'm going to call our first pitcher. His name is Tandu from OSS. Make him welcome, everybody.
Okay, can I introduce myself?
Yes, we'll start.
Yeah, everyone, Tan. It's us with two little s's, so it's not like operational secret service or anything. Okay, I'm gonna start. So, just imagine you're not a millennial and you own some property. You decide to rent it out. Where does the money go? It goes to you, right? It's your property, so it's your money. Our data is about us, right? Where we've searched, what we've bought, who our friends are, where we live. It comes from us, and it won't exist without us. So it belongs to us, it's our property. So when we're online, and we're being tracked by all these businesses and big companies, and they're making insights on us, and they're making billions of dollars off us, where does the money go? Now the big problem with data is that it's intangible, and it can't be managed like property. And there's no way for an individual like you or me to capitalize on our digital footprint the same way these big companies can. But this is where us comes in. Us is the future of data ownership. It enables you to manage your data holistically and to rent out your data to businesses as insights. We created a landing page MVP and we got almost 60 signups of people saying that they want this platform, this app to be built. We have one business customer who said they're willing to pay us when this business platform comes up as well. If this is a future that you want to see, please visit our website, usapp.com.au, or if you have any questions, feedback, come talk to me. I'll be happy to chat. Thank you.
Stay here for a sec. Feedback from our judges. Does anyone have a question? Whoever comes up first can ask the question. Yeah, turn that off, I think. Yeah. David, did you want to?
David Heasley, questions?
No. Oh, yeah, right.
You're going to have to come
How are you going to, I've got a loud enough voice. That's right, no. How are you going to commercialise it?
Yep.
What is your commercial model? That'd be my first question.
That's a really good question, David. There's two ways we're commercializing it. The first way is taking a percentage of the transaction between the business and the individual who's chose to rent out their data. That percentage is quite small, but where we really will make revenue is on the business end, because we're providing as a platform insights to businesses in an accessible way. There'll be tiered sort of levels where you can pay more per month to access better tools, to learn more about your customers, to be able to access more and learn more insights on them and have more actionable insights. So that's the two ways we're doing our revenue model.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks. Let's put our hands together. Okay, Stuart Donaldson from Conservasphere. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
It was really good.
Okay.
Better than Zoom? It was better than Zoom.
Read it.
Really?
It's only 90 seconds, but it's actually cut. So, anyway, we'll be right. Okay, hi. So imagine a vast greenhouse dome, hundreds of acres. It will generate water, grow plants, and reduce carbon dioxide. It's called Conservasphere, and will provide plentiful supply of water and warmth, and grow plants to create enough biomass to reduce carbon dioxide globally. We'll use calcium chloride salt to reclaim moisture from the humid air in the dome, and it can be scaled to grow a limitless amount of biomass, and it also can produce plant-based fuel to sustain our economy during the transition to a net zero future. You can make a difference today and help create a new dawn for a truly net zero future. Contact me through our website, and we're looking for a future equity agreements, and if you contact me, we can discuss our plans. But it's certainly a valuable idea. Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you, Stuart, for that. You said it's scalable. What is the smallest size of the sphere, and what's the largest size that you can imagine?
So the product, we built a small prototype that was about 10 metres square, and that was producing water, but at a small level, and that was like more of a test bed. But the structure that we can build, we're looking at spans of over 100 metres, and they're linkable. So if you have a look on Google Maps at a place in Spain called Almeria, there's literally hundreds of square kilometres of greenhouses already built, and also in the Netherlands, there are areas already under, they call it the Costa del Polythene. And we're taking that sort of concept but really engineering it properly, and using the salt we can generate water, so that there's really no limit to how much we can grow with this system.
Do you need the farmers to come on board? How do you get them on board?
Certainly, the production of depending on what sort of crops we're growing, like there's some biomass crops which don't need a lot of farming, because being a sealed greenhouse, you can exclude all the weeds for one thing, so that will save a lot of effort weeding, And the fertilising as well can be done, you know, because it's controlled. You don't have the water runoff that would take all of the nutrients into the rivers. It's sort of circular system, so it's contained. And certainly, you know, yeah, there will be commercial, you know, it would be commercially viable, so it would be attractive to you know, agricultural investors and farmers.
Very good.
Thank
Put it
you.
together for Stuart. Thank you.
And hopefully after the pitching competition does finish, you can grab the pictures to get more information, because I'm sure people have lots of questions. Okay, to our third picture, Adhitya, over to you. Let us know when you're ready.
Good day, guys. Myself Adhitya, and I'm co-founder of Lone Wolf Digital. So we provide a platform for small businesses to help manage their clients, send invoices, and to stay connected with their customers. So basically, what happens is whenever someone signs up to the platform, they'll be redirected with 10 questions, which will be related to their expertise and field, and then our algorithms will measure the capacity of how much the freelancer or the small business can charge their clients. So our initial goal is to build a social network, but then we found out there's more scalability in transactions and payment gateways. So we built a platform basically which is a freelance cost calculator, and the future goal is to integrate it to our social networking website, which will be related to circular economies. And I'm so sorry for the pitch. This is my first time pitching there. Pitcher. I'm a tech guy, and my co-founder was not available here. So you could check out my website, lonewolf.digital, and yeah, that's the thing. Thank you.
We're going to get some judges' feedback for some questions. Shelin, did you have any questions? David? No?
So it's a freelancing, it's a platform for freelancers?
Not exactly freelancers. It's a platform for small businesses and freelancers. To let's say you're a small business owner. Once you sign up to our platform, you'll be asked a couple of questions, and then our platform will determine how much you should charge your clients, and it gives you insights about your local small businesses, how much your competitors are charging and stuff, and then there's the option to send invoices to your clients where they could pay online, and at the end of the month you can also keep track of your clients and send them marketing emails and stuff. That's basically it.
How do you populate a platform with data?
So we are getting data. So currently we are getting data from 3 sources. One is our beta testers, and third one is from our data mining algorithms, which mines data from different websites like Fiverr and few other platforms. And third one is from open data, which is provided by Victorian government. Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you.
I love on the pitch. This is what this all is all about, really, because it's a supportive environment. It's the best place to do it first time. We all support you and love you. Well done, you. Really, congratulations on getting your first pitch out. We love it. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to call now. Chadiana is in the room. I don't know if they're here. So I'm going to go on to the next picture, which is Michelle.letho. Up for you. Let's go, Michelle. Ready?
Yeah.
Ready. Hit the clock.
I'm Michelle. I have a background in sales, marketing, and property development. I'm also the owner of a shop that has been vacant for over 2 years. However, my rental woes are not alone. A recent survey of Melbourne's prime retail shopping precincts has shown that over 14% is the current vacancy rate, which is up on the 20-year average of 6%. So there's a lot of lonely shops that are out there. Vacancies are pain points for owners and developers. There's no rent, the return on investment is pretty crappy, it devalues the market value of the property, and they're also contagious. They tend to spread and infect their neighbouring businesses. So it's not good for the community either. It reduces the livability and the amenity of the local area and the identity of the shopping strips. Retail Sync their vision is to help local businesses and communities to thrive. Our clients are developers and landlords of empty shops. Our platform targets them to recommend the best business type for their premise and to ensure that their shop forms part of the right retail mix in a shopping precinct. That same research has shown that it is absolutely instrumental that the right mix exists in a local shopping centre if they're going to have long-term sustainability, so it's a really important point. This will allow developers and owners to plan, design and fit out their premise, use focused marketing and speed up the process of securing a tenant. We're at MPV stage at the moment, so my ask tonight is contacts with commercial property owners and real estate agents so that we can further research the pain points, the feasibility of our idea and the execution. So I'm in the back. Please snap me for LinkedIn and I look forward to connecting later tonight. Thank you.
Does anyone have a question from the judging panel?
Hey Michelle, I think that's an awesome idea. I was in Sydney for the week and just got back today, which is why I'm running late. And even in Sydney CBD, a lot of empty shops. So I think that's a great idea. My question to you is: are you guys providing the data? I'm just going to go without the mic. Are you guys providing the data to these commercial, property owners on what the retailers are around them? And if you are providing that data, where is that data coming from? And is that essentially what you're selling to them as well?
We are selling, we are kind of like the Aladdin, so they rub the lamp and we will give them a solution through our platform using real-time data and insights. So I guess we're kind of like the consultant that maybe Chudston and the big retailers of the world use, but we're automated and we're targeted also for local shopping strips as opposed to massive retailers who control the space. So as an independent in a strip, we don't have control of the whole centre. I guess the current process is slap up a sign and advertise it on the internet and hope for the best. So this is about having more control and being more invested in the outcome so that you can actually market to a specific user, a specific business type, instead of hoping the best for the best and hoping anyone will see how great your shop is.
Awesome. Thank you. Necessity. Awesome. Really good. Well done on a great pitch. Okay. I'm going to ask if Dan Newman's in the house. They haven't come and shown me, so come now or forever. Don't show. Okay, not showing. Kate, over to you.
Great pictures, everybody. Well done. My name is Kate Eriksson. I'm the founder of Hello Ed. Every day, hundreds of millions of people are faced with health challenges and they struggle to be fit and well and look after people that they love. These are babies, children, adults, seniors who don't want to go into care before their time. Dementia, Parkinson's, autism, sleep, stress. Everybody has their stories. Mine is that my dad was a quadriplegic and Hello Ed is named after him. And wouldn't you go to the ends of the earth to help somebody if you thought you could find something that would help them? So Hello Ed is a digital marketplace that brings together the world's health and lifestyle technology in one place. It's a bit like Amazon for health or Spotify because it collects technology into playlists that you might find. So our customers are consumers with health challenges, their families, health professionals, health insurers, and technology providers. And so what we do is we scan the world using an AI-powered engine. We bring up all of the voice assistants, smart wearables, sensors, smart clothing, everything, and we make it available to people. So if you were sitting down and you had somebody who was faced with a particular challenge, you think there must be something. You come to HelloEd and find a beautifully designed experience to help people be found, get help, detect falls, sleep, seizures, help them walk and talk and see a range of things. Our vision is that people will think differently about what we're all capable of if we combine people and empathy and the world's best technology. We're 9 months old. We have approaching 10,000 views a month. We have 4 business models, and if anyone has technology experience or just wouldn't mind going to helloedlife.com or helloed.com.au, just really appreciate your feedback to help us scale globally. Thank you.
That's the first time she's pitched, so can we just give her another round of applause? Judges, any questions? David Hazard, Shelin?
Yeah. I'm trying to formulate it.
All right. Okay, I think that's an awesome idea, and I don't think, I'm just interested in your market research. Have you sort of picked up any sort of similar competitors in the space, maybe not domestically, but even internationally, and how would you sort of differentiate what you guys do from what they offer?
So far it's the world's largest collection of that technology that we can find, and I've had that independently researched as well. So Amazon is the closest, because if you Google heart rate monitor, for example, you'll get 10,000 of them, but a lot of them are rubbish, so we try to pick the best ones. So yeah, of course no one should say they're our competitors, because everyone is, but it's a little bit different. Yeah, that's the question.
Did you have a question, Kate?
I've got enough voice, many years practice. Are you storing or accessing health or personal data of the people using your site?
No, at this stage they browse themselves, the collections, and search my father has seizures, etc.
Yeah.
If they want us to send them a deck, then we extract things, and then they'll tell us a few things, but they don't need to give us their name. And we don't know if it's for them or not, right? So I might have a mother with dementia or a kid with seizures, and I say, my name's Kate, I'm interested in seizures for a child, and I say, here's a deck. So that's yes, but not so much. We're minimising it. We only collect 6 fields. The email address is the most.
Okay, where I was going with that is there's worldwide different forms of legislation around medical privacy and information technology, and you don't want to bump up against them, trust me.
No,
you really don't.
We do have a GDPR policy, that kind of thing, and our systems do it too, so you can delete yourself if you want to.
Okay, I actually have a question. So it's free for the user, and then how's the revenue model built into it?
So there are 4 business models. The easiest and most proven is that every time you buy a piece of technology online, there is a commission or transaction. So the consumer doesn't pay anything, but at this stage of around 600 products that we have there, and we scan about 8,000, and 600 of them we've got there, but not all of them you'll see, because it's not relevant depending on what you ask. And so if you buy something, half the time we don't make any money because we're testing the value proposition, and half the time we do because we get a rebate back, and we've got that disclaimer there, but the consumer doesn't pay, the provider discounts it. So if you buy something for $100, Amazon will send us 7, and the consumer will still pay 100. If Amazon drops it to $90, Amazon will send us 5, and the consumer pays.
Fantastic. Well, okay, put it together today. Thank you. Okay, over to our next picture. We've got Nanisha from NuTribe. Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I think so. Go for it.
With 10 billion people expected to live on Earth by 2050, or even 2030 at this point, a continuation of our unhealthy, unsustainable, and unethical diets would inevitably lead to even greater health problems and, scarily, even global warming at this point. Hi, I'm Nisha, and I'm the founder of NuTribe. where I aim to educate the local community of Melbourne and eventually beyond on how they can implement a planetary health diet for the betterment of the people and the planet through what I think will be a rather revolutionary interactive educational platform and meal plan service. It's a 5-way process where you create a food profile with us, and in that you get access to our accredited articles and recipes, and that allows you to literally drag recipes into your customizable meal plan service, and just get rewarded through intrinsic rewards in the process as well. Help me, help you, help us create a new tribe in order for a future of food to be sustainable, ethical, and healthy. Thank you.
Before I go to the judges, did you have an ask of anyone out there? Do you need?
I literally came here for an ask and I didn't even mention it. I'm asking people, anyone in this room who has context, for anyone who's genuinely interested in what I'm pursuing here, especially a techie, a marketer, and an analyst. So if you know anyone passionate, interns, volunteers, even people in the industry or whatnot, please do reach out to me as soon as possible. Just reach out to me here for an email or LinkedIn connection. Yeah.
Judges, did anyone have any comment, feedback, ask? Yes.
Nanisha, great pitch, thank you. Good seeing you here again. What's your commercialization model? How are you going to make money?
David is not
No, he wanted to ask that.
Yeah, it's
Great noise.
Good question, and I would have to respond by saying that for a moment it's going to be an online-based subscription model. There'll be a freemium and a premium model, so it allows for proper accessibility to anyone of any stat. But primarily, we do want this form of education to be available to everyone. So we are hoping for it to be more of a premium model in the sense that we will then have to engage with digital marketing tools and whatnot to fund ourselves, whatnot. But it's still a work in progress as well, so I think that's basically it. Yeah.
Do you have any other? Yep, Shelin.
Hey, Nanisha, I'm actually quite familiar with what you're doing, I think, because we subscribe to a vegan platform that's based in America, and we get our meal plans from there. So I think you guys are doing a similar sort of thing. Is that right?
Well, I'm.
It's part of it. The meal plan's part of this.
Sorry, may I ask what's the business name?
Do you know what? I honestly can't remember.
Oh, okay.
Board of it, but yeah.
Well, I'm basically trying to focus more on the planetary health diet,
Yeah.
which is a term and concept coined by the EAT Foundation.
Okay.
And I'm hoping to really introduce that more in Melbourne,
Sure.
in Australia, for starters.
And that's different to a vegan diet?
Very different.
Okay.
Just very quickly, a planetary health diet is symbolically represented by half a plate of fruit and veg, while the other half is modest amounts of meat and dairy, and seafood even, whilst also taking in healthy fats, oils, salts, that kind of thing. So it's really about reintroducing balance in the diet, that you can still take a bit of everything, but knowing the implications as well, the social, economical, environmental implications of what you're eating.
Did you have no answer? Okay, thank you. Thanks so much. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to ask Jordan from Mercury Nero to come to the stage.
Can you do me a favor? And the reason we're getting feedback is can you hold the mic up closer to your mouth and not down here because that's where the feedback's coming from?
Yeah, so hold it.
Well, I'm not wearing a wire.
Let us know when you're ready to start.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. My name is Jordan Elkurdi, and I'm from Mercury Nero. We are a commercial coffee machine manufacturer based here in Melbourne. We started the company about 5 years ago, taxi someone, and we started it to solve a lot of the industry problems. This is more B2B than it is anything else. So a lot of the industry problems are coffee machines coming from overseas and not really dedicated to what the cafe has to say. So through the servicing company, we listened to what the cafes have to say, and we observed a lot of really big issues. And what we developed was a modular system. So everyone knows coffee is either brewed, or not either brewed, it's brewed, and then you add the milk. So we separated both the systems. So we've got a steaming unit and a brew unit. So what that means is that you can optimize your flow by having the steam unit on one side and the brew on the other. You can also add by adding modules such as more brew units, such as more steam units. We've also added telemetry, we've also added more controls. And what we really want to do is, after we've developed everything, which we have ready, and we're in kind of production mode, is that we need to upscale it. So obviously taking this product to the rest of Australia and the rest of the world. And we also need a little bit more social media presence, so we're looking for that as well, and any assistance with that. Thank you.
Thank you. Have questions from your judges, comments, asks, feedback, more questions? Did you have an ask? Yes.
No.
Yeah, great, okay.
Yeah. Obvious question. How are you going to commercialise it? And I suppose the answer to that is sell the product once it's
manufacturing. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so we have started manufacturing, but it's been designed so that you can manufacture small batches, and like it took us 5 years for a good reason, because I'm a mechanical design engineer, so I looked at everything. And when you're mass producing, you've got to use molds and so forth. So I moved away from that, and I made it so that we can go from 20 units a month to 200-300 units a month. So it's we want to get there. So we're ambitious, and I think we will. Any other questions?
We want to see David. I hope you all like coffee, by the way.
Yes.
Are you having one of your machines here?
I'll bring it next time.
That will be good. Could it be manufactured decentralized? That is there's a small plant somewhere in Europe, and they can just manufacture the 20 machines with the instructions?
So part of manufacturing, you have to put together a lot of drawings and instructions on how to assemble. Otherwise, it becomes really difficult to scale up. At the moment, we're assembling here in Melbourne, in Brunswick East, and we have a cafe at the front. People love it. They're like, "Hey, you make these machines?" And we're like, "Yeah." So in order to do that, all we have to do is hand over drawings and do it overseas. But the real reason we're doing it in Australia is because Australia's got such a huge coffee presence and has influenced a lot of people around the world. Melbourne baristas, Australian baristas, I should say, have a very good rapport around the world. And it only kind of sounded logical to kind of develop a machine where you're listening to the local baristas that are world renowned, and come up with a solution that everyone can kind of say, yeah, okay, haven't they done that before? And so that's kind of the feedback that we're getting. But in order to manufacture it overseas, it doesn't really defeat the purpose, but it can easily be done through just handing over the drawings. Not that I do that.
Thanks.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you so much, John. Put it together. So, I'm going to call out a couple of names of pitchers that registered just to make sure that you're not in the room. And if they're not, we have probably a time for 1 or 2 impromptu pitchers. So I'll call out their names, and then we might be able to take 1 or 2 impromptus. Hold on. So Rohit Kaduru from Touch On, not in the room. Charyana from Payroll Now. Phil Lampert from Intro Tech. Or Anirban Sarkar from Meet My Coach, not in the room. Okay, head on over. And it's Anirban.
Yep.
That you didn't come and see me. No, that's okay. I'm just joking. I'm being stern. Put your hands together for Anirban Sarkar from Meet My Coach.
Yep. Good. Hi, I've been listening to a lot of pitches of LinkedIn. This is my first speech here, so I'm a bit nervous. but we'll start. We'll play a nice game out here, and I'll tell you what the problem is and what I am founding. So maybe the lovely lady out here, if you have a pet, a nice pet at home, and if you're looking for a trainer or a coach for that, just imagine how many websites or apps do you go to find that particular trainer. Or the nice gentleman out here in the sweater, if you are a coach, suppose you are an agile coach, how many times do you go to LinkedIn or Facebook or any other time or different websites to basically kind of like let people know that you are looking for people whom you can help. So this is the problem today. If you're looking at any coach, whether it's a pet coach, whether it's an industrial coach, or whether it's any other agile coach, we need to go to different websites, we need to go to different apps, and I face the same problem looking for a cricket coach for my 10-year-old. So basically, if we have one single unique platform where coaches will be able to register and they will be able to do all their assessments, scheduling, calendars, everything, and people will be able to go and just search, like they go in car sales to find a car, they would like to go and find a coach for them, and then there will be employers who might come in and publish jobs for coaches like agile coaches. MeetMy.coach is that platform, and I'm actually creating that. We just launched the beta site. You can look it up in your mobile phones or your desktop. Basically, it is going to cover it's going to provide this solution whereby it's going to be a unique platform for coaches. Thank you.
You haven't asked for tonight, other than for people to go and check out the site. Did you have anything else that you wanted to ask the community for?
Currently, as I said, that we have just launched the beta site, and now we will be launching the first MVP, then the second MVP, etc. So obviously, the thing we will be looking for mainly is in terms of getting some seed funding or opportunities to present before angel investors. Right now, we are bootstrapping it. So, and of course, I want everyone in this room to go and register for the beta site, and then tell us what kind of coach you are looking for. And if you are a coach, then please register and tell us what your skills are, because that will help us in our MVP to come out with the site in a better way. Thank you.
Love it. Good ask. Thank you. Judges, do you have any questions? Shelin?
I know both David's like asking this question, but I'm going to ask it a different way. What's the revenue model for the platform?
Fantastic question. There are different ways to monetize. Typically, in marketplace websites, there are two ways of monetizing. Either we go into a subscription model, as she said, or we can go in for a commission model, or we can go for both. There are other ways of doing it, for example, intelligent advertising, and probably a combination of all three. So currently, we will be looking at more from a subscription, because we feel that, mainly that the current platforms which are available, like Worx, or even for example, some of the other cases like Find My Coaches, some website like that, where they charge about 15%, 20% from the coaches, basically the fee which they're charging. We feel that that's not ethically correct. That's what we feel. Let the coach earn whatever they're working for. They pay us kind of like a subscription fee. So right now we will start with a basic simple one subscription fee for $10 a month, which is almost the same fee with which you can watch movies on Netflix. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Right, so I think we're all good. Yeah, I think we're all good. So we've got one opportunity for an impromptu picture. Is there anyone in the room that wants to take this opportunity? Okay, you've got it. Come over. Okay, introduce yourself, and in 90 seconds.
Hello there, my name is Carlos. I'm the founder of Foodface Australia Pty Ltd. I'm trying to create new capitalism because I'm bored with what's going on these days. So my startup enables customers to order the food and customize the menu for $20 from top restaurants all around the world. I'm looking for talents and also investors who are looking to collaborate, because I'm building this business as well to get PR, but also I'm trying to create new value, which is hopefully very useful for many people, you know. So yeah, thank you.
Can you say again where you're from? Just give your business name again and where people can go.
If you are talent and investors who wants to collaborate with a food and tech startup, you can find my company in LinkedIn, which is called Foodface Australia. And yeah.
Awesome. Well done.
Well done. All right. Well, we might end the pitching bit there. The judges are now going to deliberate around who they're going to give their prizes to, so everyone can mingle for about 5 minutes or so. We'll come back, we'll announce the winners, and then we can do a bit more networking. Thank you. Wonderful. So thank you, and thank you to everyone who's attended for your wonderful support. See you next time, 3rd of June.